Hello everybody, Ian Robson here. Welcome back to Project Cars. Today we are racing on Sonoma Raceway GP. This was a suggestion from Combat King 20. He suggested to take the Ford Fusion stock car, which is what we're in right now, and take it around Sonoma Raceway. So I've already done my warm-up, I've done my qualifying, and I'm actually in pole position number 1, which is pretty surprising. I had one good lap, the other laps weren't so great. So we're doing a rolling start right now, so let's jump right into it. Alright, I don't know why I chose to do a rolling start, but I did for some reason. It's definitely a little bit different than I'm used to, usually doing a standstill. But a rolling start will work in this context. Whoa, someone's definitely nudging me from behind there. Yikes. This is a bit different than Dirt Rally, of course, because I'm playing a lot more Dirt Rally than Project Cars, but I was looking through some of the comments and I saw this one, or I remember this one from a while ago, so I figured I might as well take a look at it and try this race. I've done this particular race a couple times. I should say this particular track a couple times, not necessarily this race. But I've done this particular track a few times now, and I know it relatively well. But this is like one of the first times I've done this with the stock car. Every other time I've done it, it has been with other cars. I think I did the Corvette on this race, and may have done the ATS on this race. Give him a little nudge there. Alright. I don't know if that was legal, but we didn't get a penalty for it, so we're going to go for it. He's right behind me, too. The funny thing with these stock cars, though, is if you put your foot down, the tail end just whips out like there's no tomorrow. As you can see, I still have the race line, mainly because it's been a while since I've been in this game, and I don't know the courses well enough. Oh, that's bad. Give me a little nudge in the side there. I don't know the races well enough to actually. Oh, it's for 16 laps. Oh, Jesus. I didn't realize it was 16 laps. I thought it was 6. Oh, that's funny. That's too funny. Well, I guess it's closer to a stock car race. I may not record all of the 16 laps, because that is more laps than I anticipated. I don't know why I have it set to 16. That's bizarre. That's almost like in I might have to pit territory. Alright, coming up over the hill, gotta slow down here a little bit. And then it's easy around the bend here. And then slowly increase accelerator around the turn. There we go. Nice. And then I know that once I hit that 100 sign right there, as long as I hit the brakes really hard, I can make that turn. But you really got to slam on the brakes. I don't know if these stock cars have anti-lock brakes. I am not sure about that. This one might in this game, but I'm not certain about other games. Or in real life, I guess. That's what I'm referring to. Because I know that some of the cars do and some of the cars don't. So it really depends on which particular. Oh, I'm looking at. That's funny. I was looking at the place. Not the number of laps. That's what happens when you get distracted, I guess. But this car is pretty interesting to handle in this course because there's like a lot of ups and downs.
You're leading by 1 second. Try and extend the gap.
And they don't have like the same downforce like other cars do, I find. So you have to be a bit careful when you put your foot down in a lot of corners. So like this corner right here, if you're not careful, you don't stick to the ground at all because you're going down then up. And there's not a lot of downforce in the rear tires there. Hey, that was even faster. Nice. Must be the tires warming up here a little bit. Although if you get this car off into the dirt, it is rough because the tires don't have any grip anymore. It'd be the same for most cars, but I find this car is particularly bad for it. There we go. That corner right there that I just did is all about just carrying your speed through that corner, which is easier with cars with a lot more downforce. I find this car, if you put your foot down, like I said before, the tail end will just whip out. Little tap on the brakes here, get around this little section and this section. The key here is to go fast, but not so fast that you lose control. I think it's the same thing for most racing, if I had to guess. Slow down here a little bit. Because in a lot of racing, it's basically just how fast can you go without losing control. And I find Dirt Rallies a bit different than other games just because this game's more like, you know, go as fast as you can, brake, and then hit the turn. And that's like how late can you actually brake before you need to turn.
That's the fastest lap of the race. Great lap.
So, where this game is more about, well, this game's stomping on the brakes, so to speak, and then hitting the gas, but not too much, because you saw the front end just whip out there. That was because I hit the gas a little bit too much. Whereas in Dirt Rally, it's a bit different. It's like, sometimes you want the tail end to kick out. Because when the tail end kicks out, you actually, with the car going like sideways, you actually kind of slow down the car a bit more. Whereas here, if you put your foot down and you kick up the back end, it is not the same at all. You will definitely lose control. Alright. Put your foot down there. It's funny, I even turned up the difficulty of the AI. No, 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 no. That's a bad stop. I even turned the difficulty up on the AI. I think they're at 55, I think. So maybe I should have had them at 65, I don't know. And that's out of 100, of course. Yeah, I'm not surprised that was a slower section there. But that's out of 100, of course. So I kind of have them like halfway. And that's mainly because I haven't really played this game a whole lot in the recent days. So I figured it'd give me a challenge, but didn't want to make it too crazy. But as soon as you make one mistake, though, they're right there behind me, ready to take over, that's for sure. And some of these long bends are really difficult in this car. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, that's bad. Like I said, it's all about making as few mistakes as possible. And that's the same thing for like any kind of racing, I guess. I'm not an expert, that's for sure. Well, that was a full second slower, yikes. Alright. The gas around this turn, get ready to brake a little bit. And I think that's the reason why this turn's a bit weird, because you're going downhill, but you're also turning and accelerating, so you have a lot of traction on that front right wheel there, so it's able to grip in. So as long as you are careful with your acceleration, you can actually get around that corner pretty fast, a lot faster than you would think you'd be able to. So alright, let's make these turns, tapping the brakes. Yes, yes, yes. As long as I stay ahead of the guy in front of me, I don't care how fast I'm going. Or behind me, I should say. But I don't believe this game actually has any oval courses, or else I'd try one with this car. But I definitely like the way this car sounds. There are some really nice sounding cars in this game. And they're all pretty as well.
You look strong out there. Stay focused and keep building the lead.
Alright, noted. Keep building the lead. Almost went in the dirt there again. So it's all about just being careful, especially in the last laps too. The number of times I've actually like thrown the car in the dirt in the last lap because I'm just trying to, like, you know, trying to get a nicest lap time as possible. And you end up losing that way more often than not. Which is a bit sad, but it definitely happens that way. Get off the dirt. Here we go. So it's one of those things where you really have to be careful. So I'm kind of pushing it, but not really that much. And I find the place where I make the most mistakes is when I'm at the front, because I'm not following somebody. I don't know why, but when I'm following somebody, I always find that I go faster. Don't know why. because I have something to strive towards, I guess. But when you're in the front,
Me2 is 5 seconds behind you. Let's keep in there.
but when you're in the first position, it's just like you have nothing to strive towards. It feels like, at least. So I don't know. In the middle, I tend to do fairly well in terms of speed and whatnot. But you're in the middle, so you have to deal with all the other cars. So often that's where you end up making a lot of mistakes. When you hit other cars. And the other cars in this game are like bricks. Yes! Nice. So there you go. That's pretty surprising, actually. How fast did I go in comparison to second place? 6 seconds, almost 6 seconds faster than the guy in second place. Wow. That is crazy. Alright folks, that'll be it for me for today. Another episode of Project Cars. If you have a suggestion for a race/car for next time, leave a comment below and I'll do what I can to get to that one. Alright, like I said, my name's Ian Robson and I'll catch you guys later. Number 1.